Hi, this is Garnet Dupuis with Possibility Wave. We're having a look into the Emotional Insight app, and this short training focuses on the insight reinforcements, which are sound therapies that are integrated into the Emotional Insight app, the insight reinforcements. The way that you get to the insight reinforcements is via the session overview panel or screen that will be created whenever you do a session. You can always get to this even for a past session by going into the user records, pulling up the name, clicking on the name, and then you'll see what sessions that person had done. And then you can pick the one that you want to access just by clicking on it. And it'll open up, just like this, a session overview panel, which is also the panel that gives you the access to the insight reinforcements, as you can see. The red arrow pointing to the green button there. We use these insight reinforcements, these sound therapies, as a way of, as it says, reinforcing or fortifying or supporting the action strategies that we create. The action strategy is really a critical, practical, real-world benefit of doing the process, because it's more than just getting ideas, it also gives you a game plan. And the insight reinforcements will support or bolster or fortify the attitudes and behaviors that you want to enact in your action strategy. When you click on the Access Insight Reinforcements, what you'll see is that you have two choices. One is not better than the other. They're different. The crystalline strategy, as I'll explain, is a very intriguing and powerful encoding of the action strategy, a non-intellectual stimulation of the action strategy. In the sonic signatures, these are uniquely and specially encoded signals of specific Bach flower remedies. The advice is, just like if you were taking Bach flowers, if it was in a bottle, you would take a few drops 3-4 times a day. A reinforcements act like that, not one big smash or a glug or one giant period of sitting with the headphones. A few times a day, 5-10 minutes or each time, something like that, whatever fits you. If you want more is okay, but it's better to have good exposure a few times a day instead of one big time, or of course if you don't do it at all, then there won't be any benefit. Let's look at the crystalline strategy. You see the red arrow pointing up at that green next button. So when you open it up, what you'll see up top the actual action strategy description or sentence that you had created here in this example from this fictitious person. It is time to act on my vision for my life and not let fear continue to block me. Okay, so in this unique process, we encrypt or encode this sentence into a set of specific tones and tones associated with certain rhythms, and the rhythms, of course, have an effect upon the brainwave activity. You'll set the duration. You can go up or down in choice of minutes, and once you feel like you've got the time that you want, go ahead and just click Next. You see the green button at the bottom. It'll start. When you press Start, there's a volume adjustment, of course, which is obvious and makes sense. When you press the Start, you'll hear the tones. You'll see that wave-like symbol undulating across the screen, and you also see the time counting down to whatever you had set it. Of course, you can stop it at any time. You can see the red arrow pointing to the brown stop button. The other choice in the insight reinforcements, remembering that the insight reinforcements are essentially sound therapies. Every session will result in a very specific construction of insight reinforcements precisely for you and precisely in relation to that session process. So here we have the sonic signatures, which, as I had mentioned, are complex encodings of the classic Bach-flower remedies. When this next screen opens, you'll notice the 3 remedies shown by name. And also you'll notice that you have the time bar feature. The minimum amount of time for the sonic signatures will be 3 minutes, because each of the remedies runs for 1 minute and then automatically changes to the next. So to get all 3, you have to have a minimum time of 3 minutes. If you wonder why you can't adjust it down further, it's because of that. Once you've set your time, you're, of course, ready to adjust volume at any point. Go ahead, press the green Next button that you see with the red arrow there. This is just like the crystalline strategy. You'll see the time. When you're ready to start, press the green Start button, and the volume adjustment is always there should you need to do it. You'll see the countdown. You'll see the green symbol showing that the sounds are happening. Make sure you use your headphones for these things, although they could be put over a room speaker, frankly. The effects are not reliant on binaural processes. You don't have to have 2 separate left and right ear inputs. Just that the headphones tend to make it a little bit more intimate, but hey, if you want to play it over speakers on your desk or in your room, that's fine, no problem at all. Of course, the signals will automatically stop at the end of your time, whatever time you set, and you can manually stop at any time with that brown stop button that you see there with the red